An airliner slams into the Sandias. 16 people die. And the fate of Flight 260 becomes one of New Mexico's enduring mysteries. The view from Albuquerque's aerial tram is breathtaking, but once you pass the second tower on your way up, you can still see the wreckage of Flight 260. Hikers call this TWA Canyon. The twisted pieces of metal stand as silent testimony to the tragedy that happened here.
I immediately called the airport, and they verified that the plane had gone down.
Jessie Doyle's sister, Lois, was on Flight 260.
I had 2 boys to take care of and put through school. And if I'd had the money, I'd have been on the plane with her.
I don't think anybody slept too much the night before.
For Marcia Southwick, it was hard to contain the excitement of her 7-year-old son, Robert, about his first airplane ride.
We overslept. We ran behind all the time, and then 2 or 3 unexpected things came up, and we finally just gave up and postponed his trip.
So Robert missed the flight. His mother felt
relief that he wasn't on it, and shock. And of course, because John had flown with both of the pilot and the stewardess, there was a personal thing too.
The Civil Aeronautics Board issued its report in October, concluding the deviation from the flight path must have been intentional. In other words, Captain Ivan Spung committed suicide.
No way, no way.
The families wanted to sue the pilot, but I didn't feel that way. I just never felt that that pilot would do that. So we said no.
It was just preposterous, and I wasn't the only one who realized that. All the TWA pilots were stunned by the stupidity of the report.
TWA pilot Larry DeCelles searched for the truth for 5 years.
DeCelles himself was a wonderful character. I mean, he's not the Hollywood version of an airline pilot. He's just a hard-working, very soft-spoken guy who got a bee in his bonnet that this couldn't have been caused by pilot error.
DeCelles' findings would be material for Robert Serling's first book, The Probable Cause. The younger brother of the well-known television writer Rod Serling was working for UPI at the time.
I always thought they should make a movie out of that story.
Larry DeCelles had a hunch. Twice while flying Martin 404s, he got an incorrect heading from the Fluxgate compass in the wingtips, and he warned TWA.
I said, if you don't do this, there's going to be an accident, fatal accident involving this. And 1 month later, the Spong accident happened at Albuquerque.
Here is DeCelles' theory. At 7:05, Flight 260 takes off from runway 11. It banks to the right towards Santa Fe, but it enters heavy clouds over the North Valley. Unable to see and with false readings from the Fluxgate compass, the pilot doesn't realize he's headed too far northeast, straight for the mountain. At 7:13, disaster.
Probably the co-pilot saw out to his right window that there was this cliff right there by them.
After hearing DeCelles' argument, the CAB reversed itself for the first time in history, calling the cause of the crash unknown. But the headline said it all. Dead pilot cleared of blame in Sandia crash. For DeCelles, a letter from the captain's wife and son was more reward than any government report.
I cannot help wondering how the people who made my life and Mike's into a special kind of hell after the accident must feel now when they read the reports that cleared Ivan's name.
And Jessie Doyle also has a message for Captain DeCelles.
I'd tell him I really appreciated it because I felt like the fella didn't do it on his own all along.
As the mystery of Flight 260 is finally laid to rest, the people left behind have spent the last 46 years of their lives looking for their own answers.
If I'd had the money, I'd been with her. So the Lord knows what to do. She was ready. She went to heaven. She's in a better place than we are now.
Art Barron, KRQE News 13.